Yeah, fellows, welcome to the show this Sunday morning. Today is 9/17/2017, Sunday morning. I'm talking about gigolos this morning. I've been watching the TV show called Gigolos. About 5 or 6 years ago, I saw a pilot for a TV show on gigolos. I loved it. Uh, I loved parts of it. There was a light-skinned and mixed brother that was trying to apply to this team of top gigolos in Las Vegas, and that was the only fellow that I didn't care for him because he came in hucklebucking and bowing and scraping. I know what he was going through because these gigolos, they all were white guys, and they made these racial comments about him, and he had to be non-threatening to them. So I watched the show to see if he changed. Watch all 6 seasons. Actually, I'm watching season 6 now. I watched season 1 through 5 the last few days. Enjoyed it immensely. He's the only person that I had a little bit of issue with because he's so goofy. He's the only one that was always laughing and snickering and big grinning. That type of black dude. Then I found out he was half black and half Mexican. So I think, okay, maybe he's because he's a double minority. So he's doubly, bowing and shit. I don't know, but I've been watching the entire series. Of course, the sex scenes are fake. I think they're recanting their stories of what they've done as gigolos, if they really are gigolos. The brother, I guess he is a brother. I kind of recall him from this business. I believe he had a program going on in Las Vegas called Max something or another. He looks like the dude, the light-skinned brother that was doing it, except I didn't know he was that damn goofy. And in later seasons, they added this hair boy, guy with Fabio hair, long. He's half Indian, East Indian, and no, I'm not going to call them Hindus. East Indian works for me. I think Hindu is religion, and I don't think all of them belong to that religion. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, he's actually the most like me, but he's feminine also. The way he does women is just like me. He kisses them, and he tries to make love to them, all of them. That's his style. The other guys, when they do it, they just bang. And it makes me think of you guys. They put the women up in a high position, and they're not studly. None of them are studly. And they put the hips up so when they hit inside, and they ram it. They're hitting the G-spot. So they're giving these girls G-spot nuts. I think the East Indian guy was the only guy that I saw fingering the clit in one scene. None of them talk to the girls. There's an old guy that's in there, Brace. He's a little bit on the mental side of things. He talks about himself in the third person. This is Brace's world. He's really egotistical. He'll say stuff like, "You like this? You like this?" While he's hitting it. But none of them know how to talk to women. It surprised the fuck out of me. These guys are supposed to be experts in females, and they couldn't talk to women. One thing they did do, though, is they all ate pussy. I guess to be a gigolo, you got to learn to like that, because that's what women like. That's what women like. That's one of the things, it wasn't my forte. Let's put it like that. Done it, but it wasn't my forte. I'm a black dude. Culturally, white guys, you guys love to chow down on pussy. You guys live for that. But black dudes, we're on the, no. I don't know why it is that way, the black community, but it's just the way I was raised, the way I am, I guess. It just doesn't appeal to me. But they all had good sex techniques. It was amateur porn, because they do show like fucking. They show the guy going to these some supposed clients. Now we know that they're actors. They're, you know, because the way they film, a lot of guys you never studied, didn't ever do TV classes and camera angles, all that stuff. See, I'm looking at the camera angles and everything else, and you know, I know what's fake. You know, sex scenes are fake. What I enjoy about it is the camaraderie, though. That's one thing I didn't have a lot of in this game, is the camaraderie of other people on my level. So they say a pimp is the loneliest man on the earth. And I always said a player is also can be one of the loneliest people on earth. Because we surround ourselves with women. We don't have time for male relationships. And that's the way I lived my life. Until I made time when I was teaching my boy Craig how to, you know, pick up chicks. That was fun. I enjoyed, you know, the camaraderie with other males. When I was at America Live, we had a little group going on. Let me see, there was Christian, the white guy, there was Kevin, there was me, and there was Leonard. Yeah, there was one other guy, I can't remember who it was. I don't know. Christian ended up marrying the belly dancer chick I was fucking, because he always had a thing for her. You know, she was attractive, she was pretty, but he always had a thing for her, and he ended up marrying her. And I warned him. I warned also tall Mr. Negative, Leonard. You know, she's a mind twister. She's gonna fuck you up. And sure enough, she fucked him up. Interesting. One thing I liked is these guys sitting around, you know, recanting some of their stories, and the situations they got into. Like the popular guy, not Brace, but Nick. He tried to talk like Clooney. You know, Clooney talks like this, and he does his head, and when he talks, he does the same thing. I just he's total Clooney understudy. And he had a fucking furry person. Now, you white folks, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? You dress up in furry outfits? I mean, I'm looking at the situations these guys get into. And there were a couple of black chicks in there too. There was one. No, they didn't have any weird shit. But still, come on, my white friends, what the fuck is going on in your minds to create these weird situations? One chick had Brace. She put him in this plastic bag and sucked all the air out of it. So there was a hole where his dick was, and his head was sticking to the bag, and you know, she got on top of him. What the fuck? I guess their writers create these, or they recant these situations they've gotten into, and they have to recreate them and do the story. I think that's how they're doing it. That part of it is, you know, I know the sex part is it's just amateur porn. They're not really doing penetration. But anyway, so they got these different characters. Every character has his own style, so to speak. The guy with the smallest one, because they show their things, Nick, he's got the biggest ego. The old guy, nah, he's self-centered. Brace, he talks about, you know, himself in the third person. Brace is not going to like this. Even to a point where he has a little dummy. He's a good ventriloquist, actually. And he's got a little miniature Brace called LB, Little Brace. Little Brace, yeah. But the show's funny. It's on my site. I've downloaded all the shows. I'll put all the shows up on the site for you fellas on the site. I want you to watch it, but the key thing is you got to listen to what they talk about with women, because they're actually on point. They're actually on point. Okay, whether they're all actors acting the role and they got a real gigolo in the background advising them of shit, I don't know. But the information on women is on point. For that reason alone, and to watch the camaraderie of fellow players, that's worth it. And the sex scenes, not, but Jovina.
Yes.
Here comes shithead.
Oh, okay. Our shithead.
Our shithead. He's now staring at your cat Jovita adopted a stray cat. He actually came in this morning, and the kitten that I raised just came in. We call him Shithead. Well, I call him Shithead now.
That's not a
This fat bastard of Shithead, and that ugly cat out the door. So, at one point in my life, I thought about that. Because I was tired of, as I said in my podcast shows, I was tired of being these women's good sex toy. And I want to get paid for it. So I switched my game up. I started having women, buy me stuff. After you get a certain amount of lays on your belt, it's just a natural progression. Especially if you really give women a lot of orgasms and they start thanking you. Now, of course, in this show, I could tell these girls are faking it. I'd look at their eyes. Even the Tantra dude, the East Indian guy, he was doing tantric sex. And tantric sex is supposed to look in each other's eyes. And they weren't doing that. Now, he's the guy, I believe, that was down in Miami in the PUA community also. I see the PUAs, a bunch of scumbags trying to teach guys to trick women into bed. This is about real skills. So I believe he's out of the Miami area. He was a PUA down there. It looked like the same dude. Hair boy, got his hair is like really, really long, and he flips on the side. But he does some feminine shit. You don't ever drink a drink and look at other males in the eyes while you drink your drink. You don't do that. You can do that with females, but that's a feminine thing, when you do it to other males. And he does that when he's sitting around all staring at other dudes. Some of these guys, they had one scene where the black dude or mixed brother, he goes over to meet this other guy in the business. Guy's there sitting there, he's all roided out, huge, and he does males. He didn't even sound gay. And he goes, he's asking, you do males? Well, what? And he goes, I gotta, he says something about having an extensive sexual interest. No, dude, you get slammed in the ass by these dudes that want a bodybuilder dude. That don't sound like a good time to me. Anyways, but they all, except for the black guy. The black guy, even Brace, the old guy, he was like this one time. You don't do this, do this, and then hold your hand like that. You don't do that as a man, okay? If any of you guys are doing this. Sitting at a table with full dudes. You don't do that in front of the other dudes. I'm giving you black culture because we're super masculine and we don't tolerate metrosexual shit in our presence. Okay, it's like I trained my boy Craig, how to be a man because he was pointing his pinky finger and shit when I met him and crossing his legs. How you white guys, you guys cross your legs like a nutcracker. No, you lay your legs out to the side because your balls are too big. Act like you got a pair. Don't cross them all the way like girls. That's just feminine. Sorry to be racial. I just got to point these differences out. Help you guys become better, more masculine. I do love the show. It's got us rolling in the house. We're laughing our asses off. It's been enjoyable to actually hear what they have to say about women. It was disappointing they don't talk to women in the bed. And they don't do any mind fucking. I was so surprised. That's what led me to realize the guys who are writing for this shit don't know shit about dominating women in bed. That's an important skill that you really want. You want to be able to open your mouth while you're having sex. And I'm not talking about porn shit. Although some women like that stuff. That's one thing I've learned from the show. Some women, they just want to get banged. One woman, she didn't want the gentle shit. She wanted the rough shit. And that was just amazing. I've always had a one-sided view that, because I like to kiss and all that stuff, like the East Indian guy or East Indian mixed brother. That's the one thing I mastered. And when I met Jovina, who's into the, that side of it, it was hard for me. I was talking about my podcast shows. I don't know anything about this shit. Banging chicks, just banging the pussy. So as I was saying, my style is more closer to the, hold on. Jovina?
Yeah.
Go to the door. Caesar's out there. I don't want to fuck him with shithead. It's always the black cats. Oh, he left. Never mind. I just made a racial comment about cats. But her brother he's got about 10 cats left living. And he has 3 black ones. One's I call him Lunger because he's got bad asthma. And he's miniature. He's all fucked up, deformed. And the other 2 are, Bobo and Caesar. And they're picking on my shithead. They ran him away. He now lives across the street.
Yeah, Bobo's the one that got Taz shot.
Yeah, Bobo's the one that got him shot. Of course, it'd be the black cat leading our cat into an area where he got shot with a BB. It's still in his leg. Brother cats, man. Well, aren't we as something? So anyway, today I want to finish up about the TV show. If you get a chance to download, it's on the piratebay.org. Type in gigolos. I've already downloaded all the seasons. If you're on my forum, you don't have to worry about it. I'll put them up there, and I've left comments about the show. So I'm not going to make too many more comments. I saw the coming and going. There was one guy at the beginning. He was just feminine. He was doing that same feminine shit I was talking about. One guy looked like Superman in the beginning, the guy with the real handsome face. He eventually found a female who was going to take care of him and quit the business. The other guy, he wouldn't work out. His face kept getting bigger and bigger, his neck bigger, and his body was he didn't have an awesome body. None of these guys were studly, by the way. Anyways, he started the show with them, and eventually he blew out. They added a small guy. He's like 5'5", and ex-Marine. So, and he's not, the women call him gorgeous. Now, get this, because he dresses well. He always wears, a blazer and ties.
He dresses well and he grooms himself really well.
Yes, and he grooms himself.
He presents himself in a certain way.
And if he would be one of the guys online who's a nerd, who's 5'5". But he did a different path. He went into the military, became more masculine, and somehow got into that business. He's not overly studly down there. And he's small, but he's got a good set of abs. Women say he's handsome. He's an average guy that knew how to fix himself up, even with the gap in the teeth. They just added some wrestler named Buff. Never heard of him. I did wrestling video or TV when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I played as a kid. When I became a man, I put away my childish things. So I don't watch WWF or any of that shit. That's for kids. If you're still watching that, then you need to grow the fuck up. Because that stuff's for kids. I have a 40-year-old son that watches that shit. And of course, he lives, he was married to a white girl, has a son with a white girl. Then he got into threesomes, and this Mexican girl got into the mix. She ran the wife out, and they got divorced. Then she got pregnant, so he has a son with her, and he lives with the parents. They both work for the state, making a good money, but they got to live with their mommy and daddy. I think that's a Mexican culture thing. So, yeah, he's always been like that. And he watches WWE. He actually goes to the shows. That's how bad he is. Jovina's son, he's 30 years of age. No, he's 30. How old is Danny? Jovina, how old is Danny?
What?
How old is Danny?
How old?
Yeah.
He's going to be 33 in next month.
Wow. Okay, he goes to anime shows and Comic-Con, and he worships the Power Rangers. I'd say when you get to become a man, you got to put away these childish things and start walking as a man. And he had a girlfriend about 5 years ago. I've been kicking him ever since. And he broke up with her because he just wasn't feeling it. I guess, as I said, this thing, you know, that Catholic shit or something, I don't know. They programmed the Portuguese, but the women were like that as well, you know, overly Catholic. Jovina's not, but most of the women are overly Catholic. And I think that's, you know, that was like dumb. And I told him it's stupid. He talks to me about, you know, girls he gets and bangs stuff, so that's cool. But, you know, you had a female. You were getting laid. I just wasn't feeling it. I think because she may have been banging black guys before him. That might have bothered him or something. I don't know. It does become issues for non-blacks when your girl says she banged black dudes. I understand. So that might have been why, and I can understand that. But you got pussy. You don't give up pussy when you don't have a replacement, because women do it to us all the time. They'll find the replacement, then dump your ass, and the next week she's in bed with the other dude. See, she had no downtime. She had to experience the loneliness. On the show, the guy Brace, the old dude, he's actually old. He's got to be in his 50s. He had a bad marriage. His wife slept with some NFL player or something like that, you know, when she went to a major city. And he found out, and it took him a year and a half to get over it, he said. An episode where they bought the whole fake shit, the wife on, and they sat there and argue and shit like that. I believe in ending a marriage in friendship. So I'm friends with my ex-wife. I don't want to have a situation where it's bad for the kids, like Jovina had. They didn't end on good terms. They ended, well, he ended hating her for various reasons. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with you fellas. If you're on the site, make sure you watch this show that I've been posting. I have a thread on it, and read my notes. I did make a thread about the black guy. He was whining about, you know, being light-skinned. If you're on the site, so listen to my audio file there. He got mad because the old guy, they were talking about going to Europe, and he was saying, you know, Europe's good for black guys. And the old guy said, well, not good for you because you're not really black. And he got, you know, upset about that. And I understand that, you know, on this very channel here, Chris James, he's biracial, and he talked about dark skin. Of course, it's always dark skinned brothers, you know, not liking him. He had trouble from the black community and, you know, no acceptance from the white community. In my very house here, I had a brother who was father was white, and his mom was black. He looked like a brother, because that female black gene is very dominant, strong. It's strong. I think it's stronger than the male gene. But anyways, he said to me, you know, when he's in college, you know, he was like, "Why can't I just be white? My dad's white. Why can't I be white?" Obviously, no pride in his black side, but you know, it bugged him. So I'm very, you know, cognizant of the issues that are going on there. That I made a little audio file for it. So listen to my audio file. I didn't like that he did that. Talk about the issues, you know, out in public like that. They bought in what happened was a woman requested a black guy, and they didn't want him. And I ran into that in the game. White women didn't want biracial. They wanted, sorry to my biracial brothers, they wanted the real thing. That's what their words. Full black, because half black was too close to them. There's very little color difference because they like to lay. White would like to lay their arm on. You guys probably experienced that. Their arm across yours and look at the color contrast. They got off on that. Let's see who's in the house today. Simply D. What's up? His name is Ash. Yes, I know that. You've been watching it. Good. I watched the show Gigolos. My favorite one is Brace and Jimmy. Jimmy is gone now, and Brace is the older guy. We love Brace. Asked Jovina, which one would you want to buy? And it was Brace. Because Jovina, why?
He seems like he's just a funny guy.
Yeah, he's like a funny guy. Yeah. Supreme, how come I can't view your last video? It said not available for my country. I'm in America. I don't know. How are you coming in on YouTube? And there are videos I put up, and I had to realize that they're for the site only, so I had to make them unlisted. That may have happened. Simply D. Nick is annoying and non-talented. Ben is okay, but goofy as fuck. Yeah, that's what I didn't like about him. He's always big grinning, skinning, grinning. You know, those. He also has issue with this, you know, his weird looking head. Some brothers shouldn't shave it, but I guess he's going bald. No, I'm talking about Vin. We're talking about Vin. You know, he's goofy.
Oh, I heard you saying that.
And I'm a little more racial. I'm like, why is they got to have the brother goofy? They bought in. I would say they bought in a dark skin, a darker. He wasn't super dark, but he was like me, you know, a brother, and he was real short but buffed. So he got the client versus Vin, and he was talking about the issues there. And actually, I've never really heard a light-skinned brother complain about it like that. It was interesting. My thought was, you know, they always feel super confident. I've witnessed it. Especially when they're biracial, they think they're above, you know, regular blacks. Or feel like they're above regular blacks. Huh?
I think he was offended that the client wanted somebody with a darker complexion.
Yeah, he was offended.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And he started talking about, you know, I always get this. Well, you're biracial. You're light skinned. And unfortunately, there are issues in the black community. You know, dark-skinned blacks don't like light-skinned blacks. They're jealous. In the males, it's the males. Although I've heard women can have issues as well. But it's mostly, you know, dark-skinned males. Like, look at Sammy Soter. He's dark-skinned. And sisters were cruel to him when he was growing up. They want to date him. But when they grow up, they grow out of it, hopefully. So Nick is annoying. Ash is cool, but looks too feminine. And Bradley is just lame as fuck. Bradley is the little guy. He's the Marine.
He knows how to dress.
But he knows.
Some guys don't know how to dress.
Yeah. I don't like the way Vin dresses either. He started trying to wear a scarf.
Yeah, no.
And
it's too
casual.
It's not too casual. It's too just nondescript.
Yeah. One thing that they all do is drink a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're trying to drink away their demons, or it might be an energy thing. You know, all these different women's energy, and they're trying to drown out how it feels. I know where they're coming from with that one. Dupree, what show did you watch, Supreme, where you see on stuff? It's called Gigolos. Oh, someone else. What's up, Remo? Remo, mind if I mod you again? Because every time I do a show, these assholes come in. Oh, you're already moderate. You're already a moderator. Okay, good. I guess it doesn't go away. Like herpes. Simply, one of my favorite episodes are the one where he had the wrestler Buff Bagwell in it. So that is a real wrestler.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was. This Simply Deep knew who he was. He wasn't very tall, but
American girl, but said she was.
Yeah, they had a Native American girl that was a real porn star. I looked her up. And she was hot when she was young. Joseph Brickman. No man with any amount of masculinity could own a cat under any circumstances. Okay, we got one going on here. This is why the white man will rise again and give masculinity back to this planet. This place is going to shit. I think he's trying to say something about our cats.
You're messing with our cat.
Well, I don't think a man. I don't think a single man should own cats. But when there's a woman in the house, it's all right.
You get attached to them. You just.
Yeah, I actually like cats now. I hated cats before. Yeah, except I love all animals, but there was something about cats I just couldn't stand. And there was one that was got the shit beat out of him. They stomped his back in, and I put a towel outside for it and started, feeding it. Now it's the one I call Fat Bastard. Then my son got one from her brother next door who has 10 cats, and actually had 13 back then. Anyways, he was doing rescue work, and my son got one for his son, and I just knew it was going to end up badly. And like a week later, he came back. He said, "Dad, I don't want this cat anymore. It's just too hard," and shit like that. And anyways, I said, "Okay, give it to me." So I raised it, and now I don't give a fuck because it lives across the street. Let's see. Eric Wabash. My brother still watches wrestling, but he gets pussy, has a girlfriend, and got a child on the way. I'm sorry he does. How's he doing in his life as a man? Protector, provider? Is he rising up in the world? Is he just working a job? Christopher. The sharp-dressed brother sounds like me. I stay on my suit and tie shit. Yeah, that does sound like you, Christopher. I love looking like a Mac from way back. Remo, I mean, it doesn't matter what a dude is into as a hobby. He still has to live as a man. What's up, Truly? Why is Remo the moderator? Is he the new Grease? Truly, don't do that. Okay? Don't. You know what you're doing. Okay, you know what you're doing. Don't do that. Joseph, are you trying to make it seem like our women only want blacks, buddy? Joseph's now on the list there, Remo. He says another stupid comment. Just go ahead and ban him. He's probably that dude that was here last week that I banned. That's probably him. Then he probably watched my videos. Then he got, oh shit, it wasn't like how I thought. See, people, you got to slow down before you make your judgments. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. In the show, the black women, they all wanted white guys. The ones that came on the show, except the mulatto brother got 2 sisters the whole time. I was a little bit irritated. They went as a double, the black dude and another one. I can't remember which one it was. And there was a 2 set, as the nerds call them, 2 women there. And the brother, the mulatto brother, went for the chunky white chick and ignored the sister. And I thought, damn, what do you do that for? And the sister was lean, and she had a nice body, great body. But I'm still old school. It reminds me of when I was in elementary school. There was in elementary school, you didn't, at least for me, I was in the military. We were in the military. You didn't want the sisters. You wanted the little white girls. There was a girl named Patsy Taylor, and she was very dark skinned. She was just not very attractive. With she had pigtail, thick hair, but it wasn't like little white girls. This is me back in elementary school, and first grade, second grade. And, the little white girls had that long, smooth hair. I think it's programmed me at an early age. I was a victim of white supremacy at an early age. The white girls were prettier than the black girls. I don't think that anymore, but that's what I thought back then. And I don't like blondes. Eric, me and my sister, who is dark-skinned, got the same mom and dad. We never had dark-skinned, light-skinned problems. I'm light-skinned, and I think all shades of black is awesome, from lightest brown to jet black. Well said. What's up, GMK? You're back to the States. Good. Joseph. Joseph says, I want clarification on what he means, kova. What is kova? And you don't demand a goddamn thing in my house, brother. Know your place. You don't demand shit from me. If you can't knock me down in person, don't say shit. Eric, my brother takes disrespect from no one. He'll smack the shit out of someone in a heartbeat. He's a security guard, and he takes care of her and her kids. That's all he is, a security guard? Not sorry to put him down, but smacking someone down, that's not what it's all about. It's being able to accomplish in life and rise up. I've been warning the band hammer already at Joseph. What do you need clarification on? What's up, Aries? No, you cannot, truly. You know why. You were a troll in my channel. You'll never be a moderator here, ever. What's up, David? Do you think the quality of women has dropped? No. I look at the women of the 80s. I thought they were hot back then, 80s and 90s, but I look at the women of today and they're hotter. The concept or the ability to make women look pretty is better. The hairstyles are better to me. I didn't like that white girls with their hair up like this. Wasn't a fan of that shit. And Remo said the same thing. What's up, Dime Star? Anybody know what Joseph was talking about? I want clarification on what he means, kova, or maybe meant above. I don't know what he meant. Kova. What the fuck is kova? Anybody know what kova is? Is that some word I'm not aware of? The young heads do. I'm asking you a question, Joseph. You can be a bitch and not answer, or you can be a man and say what you mean. Kova means white power. Okay. And what is your point with white power? You should get to actually watch my videos before you make an instant judgment, and you should see what's on my site, because I teach blacks our real history in my videos and on my site. He miswrote Remo's name. Okay. He was talking to me, Kova, Ova. See, I look at your name, I see Remo in my head. Kova, thank you. Thank you, guys. You will never take our women. Oh, you're a white guy. You a white guy? Dude, I done fucked over 100 of your women. And they've thanked me. You guys don't know how to hit your women right. I thought he was a black dude. He looks like a black dude. See these little tiny photos. He still looks like a black dude. Talking about you will never take our women. Yeah. My girl just laughed her ass off in the background.
Good luck with that.
And she said, good luck with that. She's not black, by the way, Joseph. But she don't call herself a white girl either. She's Portuguese. Any bitch that will take mud dick is scum. Okay, Remo. He finally stepped over the line. He's one of those dudes. Ding! And then pissed off about it. So I thought he was a brother. I hate white supremacists. I really hate white supremacists. Let's see. David Conde, I mean girlfriend / mother material. Some of these girls are deluded and have no sense of real quality. I noticed a difference, yeah, in the mindset of younger females from the old days. They don't seem as mature as they used to. Let's see. Christopher, I like how you say it to his face, Supreme. We fuck their women real good. Step up the game, Joseph. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to teach everybody how to fuck. And I tell white guys, you got to learn how to fuck your girls. Stop that, that banging shit and slow down a little bit. Remo says, hello, I was waiting for it too. After I realized he was white. He just couldn't help himself. He had to get the racial shit out. And now we see him as a weak fucking racist. Racists are so fucking weak. They're all fucked up in the head, angry about their dick size, angry that the races are mixing together, and they see it as a threat to their survival. The few white women that go for black dudes. And they want to believe all the chicks that go for black dudes are fat. I didn't do fat chicks. Are you going to put up a Patreon, Supreme? Thanks for reminding me of that. I guess I should. I don't see much success in it in this crowd there, Aries. Maybe I have low opinion of the fellows that watch my videos, but it seems like the brothers, they come here, they don't make a lot of money and they're trying to hold on to everything. Except they'll go out and drink it up, but they got to hold on to everything. Abdul, white supremacists ruin every aspect of life. Yeah. Something happens to them where they become like that. They become very hate-oriented. Somewhere in the process of their life, they adopt the policy of hate. Yeah, man said mud dick. LOL. Sad fucking bastard. Yeah. Think of what's happened in his life. All the rejections he's probably had. Maybe his girl fucked a black dude and left him for him. We don't know. Something sets these guys off. It's white dudes and makes them full of hate. To where they want to hang us from trees, cut our dicks off. Aries, I saw Mode 1 is getting 1K on Patreon. Wow. Good for Mode. I believe he tracks a different quality of clients, if I dare say. No offense to the current people here. I don't know. I'll put one up and see. I guess I could give them access to stuff that's on my site, like the videos that I do and stuff, the podcast shows. I'm trying to think, what can I offer in Patreon? Why can't I be a mod? I'm not a troll anymore. Because you were a troll at one time. Plus, you're very immature. And Remo is one of the members of my forum. I know Remo. We go back many years. I don't know you. Also, Remo, his game is good now. Your game is not good. Will Remo be taking a show when you retire? No. Never said that. I just need for Remo to kick out the racists when they come. Remo says no, LOL. See, you're very immature. You want to mod because Remo's modding. And remember how you were trolling my channel. Normally, I don't let people back in. Remo says, stop worrying about being a mod. Focus on being a man. Focus on that female that you talk about wants to come back. I don't know if you let her back in or what, but that's your life to live. Jovina, yeah. Your cat's sitting right in the doorway. Ziggy? Yeah, Ziggy. We named the stray cat Ziggy. I want to call him Alcino after her dad. Yeah, she don't want to say her dad's name, but Alcine, Hassin, Christopher. We all have to pay our dues, truly enlightened. Just be patient and wise up, and your time will come. I hate when dudes focus on dumb shit. Truly, like, we are friends. Not yet. My friends don't troll my channel and then turn around and come back in asking for help. What's your thoughts on the pun's last post? You know, I shudder reading the pun's posts. If I can remember what the fuck he said. He lost the Puerto Rican girl. That's the one that he lost his player card over. Lessons learned. Okay, let me read this shit. What's up, guys? I recently broke up with the Puerto Rican girl as she made disrespectful comments toward me and was a little crazy and blamed the fact that I cheated on her as an excuse. I told him to settle for this one a long time ago. That's why I won't coach him anymore. He didn't listen to anything I said do. I told him break up with the dark-skinned one that, you know, just because she was buying him a few more trinkets, and go for the one that he actually felt something with. And then he got caught once. He lied to the both of them, then got caught again, and then gave this bitch the key to his place. He basically sold everything I taught him down the fucking drain and did not listen. This is the issue I've had with the pun going back 5-6 years. He's now in his 30s. He was in his 20s when I was dealing with this shit. I hate dealing with the same shit, Twin Spartan. I learned a lesson from all this of not chasing a woman as it puts them in a place of power of you. Duh! God damn it, the pun? Shit. You know how hard this is for me to read? I told you this shit a long goddamn time ago. I'm 32 now, and I'm finding that some people are hard-headed, fellas, and they got to learn shit the hard-headed ass way, through pain. You could talk like my son Christopher. I could talk till I was blue in the face, and Christopher's going to do what Christopher's going to do and find excuses to justify it, like these people do. I got a son like this, and he's hard-headed today, and he's paying his dues right now. Tried to be a trainer, lost all of his goddamn clients. I told him how to be a good trainer. He didn't listen. I'm 32 now, and I'm finding that every woman I meet pretty much just wants a boyfriend or husband. At that age, yeah. It seems that a lot of them fucked around their early 20s, and now they want you to come along and wipe them up. Yeah. They had fun. They fucked around, did all kind of wild, crazy shit, licked girls' pussies and assholes, and now they want to settle down and kiss you in the mouth. How can I get around this going forward and avoid another situation like I just had with having 2 girlfriends and getting caught after leading them on and lying to them? It's time for the pun to retire from the game. I feel like keeping women around is hard if you don't offer them the relationship. See, he gives them the relationship. That's the problem. And he gets all in love with them. Or actually, he's a numbers cruncher. They have tiny little mechanical number hearts. But those little number hearts code towards these females. Let's see, getting caught after leading them on and lying to them, blah, 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 blah. My sex game is on point. No, it's not. I escalate on the first or second date. That's good. I know a lot of women that I've fucked in the past, and they're coming at me talking about they want blah, 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 blah. So I'm not sure if I should be lying to them. What have I told you? You're either going to be a player or you're going to be a fucking dater. You got to choose which you want, the pun. I know you're going to see this video, so you got to choose what you want. You can't play it halfway. I'm half a player. You get half a player's results, which is half-assed. So now you're half-assed, half in, half out, and no females. No fucking females, except those tired ass hoes you've been seeing for the last couple of years on the side. Step into the game or get out of the game. Why don't you find yourself a good girl to settle down with, have some little depundlets, and call it a life. There. Done. The pun is frustrating to me. Remo, Lord, no. Why are you trying to get this pressure up? What's he doing? Can you read Remo's post next? No, I cannot. See, now you're after Remo. You don't see, you're like a female. You're very feminine, truly enlightened. That's what a female will do. Because now you got an issue against Remo. Well, can you read Remo's post next? I want to see what he does. Now you're focused on Remo. Good luck with that, Remo. The Punisher is just like SR. Exactly. They don't listen. They won't listen. They won't do. It's an interesting case study of what happens when you don't leave on your own terms versus letting the relationship burn. Yeah. Remember, I know he was crying and shit, tears, crocodile tears and shit when he got caught. And then this last time, I'm sure he busted out in tears and gave her the fucking key, and it did not last because she lost respect for him. The first burn should be enough. The first time she gets caught, that's when you need to cut shit off. She'll never trust her again. But I love her. Or he didn't say love you, he said I felt the greatest connection with her. She's fun. He doesn't come from his mechanical heart. He comes from what they could do for him, what they do for him. Like this Puerto Rican girl gave him happy feelings, gave him good feelings. The dark-skinned sister, she gave him things. Remo, such a great example of not listening. Remo, it's a shame I felt a little jelly about the pun when I first got in the game. LOL, how time changes. That's interesting, Remo. And the brother's, what is he, 6'4"? He's black, so he's got it down there. And then he got those fucking sexual issues. I don't get it. The pun and twin Spartan both having the issue of sitting on the fence about being the player. Interesting. Yeah. You ever heard that saying that tall guys can be teddy bears? I've kind of seen that before. When they're overly tall, they become like teddy bears. They're soft inside. They don't want to hurt people. It's like they're super conscious of their size, and they learn to be gentle around people. Like, I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. But SR9 isn't overly tall, but he was just stuck on simp. Sorry, SR9, you know it's true. True Line says, I had no problem with Remo. Oh, God. No. Remo. He's my height, but that light skin thing going for him. He also had money and a car. Nice car. He has his own place, has money, and can pull chicks with ease and struggles like a 300-pound gorilla. Fascinating. Well, Remo, there are biracial brothers that struggle as well. I learned that being in this business. You know, when I was young, I was like, biracials got it easy. All they got to do is show up. But if you watch that show, you see the biracial brother with the weird-looking head and, the weak chin. And who knows what else they take from the other side. If you get my point. But the good thing about the show, they show that you don't need to be studly down there. Especially if Nick is getting these chicks off. Nick has a nub. I think that's why a lot of these racist types, they got penis size issues. They don't know that they can actually bang the fuck out of chicks and get them off. If you watch the show, look at every position they put the girls in. It's designed for deeper penetration, also to hit the G spot. When they put the legs way up in the air, that's hit the G spot. Because it tilts the hip upwards so that when you slide your dick in, it's going to hit that G spot. Alan Riggs, Alpha has a problem with obsession. You need to seek help. Reno, yeah, for real. Mind-blowing. Yeah. Remo says, yeah, for real, Alpha, you need therapy. You have an obsessive personality. Rideshare. Aries. You guys notice I call people by their screen names on my site. And Aries is rideshare. He also has a site where he teaches about internet dating. Fishing for Love, I believe. He goes, I'm surprised when that white guy on the forum was talking about leaving after you critiqued him. I was like, damn, another one? Yeah. You talk about Jay Dangle? Or J Dog? It's dangerous if you're listening to Supreme with your personality. Explain that one there, Remo. He's obsessive compulsive, or he might be. He seems like it. Oh, you are talking about him, yeah. He straightened up. I did a show, J-Dog, yeah, and he actually understood after that. And he's appreciative of the tough love. That's a problem that I have with some Caucasian males, is that whole white fragility thing. It actually is an issue when I'm dealing with you white guys. You got to have thick skin when you come to my site, because I'm going to give you the raw truth. Okay? I'm going to break it down. What's your problem? I didn't even know Remo banned you. I didn't see it. You're becoming obsessive, truly. You want to go on the forum to see what Remo talked about, because you'll come back in and try talking shit. I know that about your behavior. Like you tried to talk shit about Greece. There was a time period that I didn't want to talk about Greece's issues. He was struggling, with some stuff. I don't want to talk about it. And you kept bringing the shit up. I think you thought there was a problem between us. No, he was struggling with some issues, and I was struggling with him. And you misread the situation, and you're looking like a female for trouble to exploit. Like, what the fuck? Then you came at me with that Craig shit. Remo, compulsive, obsessive people don't have the emotional control to handle the complex emotional situation being a player presents. Rideshare, who's this dude? That's Truly Alpha there, Aries. Remember Truly Alpha, the Japanese guy? Remo, who are you, Whoopi? And again, Whoopi is Truly Alpha, aka Truly Enlightened. Yeah. Jovina.
Yeah.
Fat bastard took over my whole chair. I can't sit there anymore.
He's sniffing around to make sure nobody else is out
there. That kind of pisses me off. That's my chair.
Not anymore, it's not.
That's not funny.
That's his chair now. Look at that. It's taking over your throne.
I sleep in that chair.
Yeah, I know.
Now I can't sit there.
Yeah, you can.
No, he's biting on himself.
There's a ton.
Whoopi says, what is going on? Truly, I just want you to chill the fuck out. Okay? If you have a question, ask it. Otherwise, just chill the fuck out, man. And Room says no more multi-screen name fuckery. I hate that shit too. Can Remo stop deleting my post? Ask him to please stop. Now let's focus on something else besides Truly. Any questions about your game, fellas? I hope you guys on the forum are watching the shows. I don't just put them up for the fun. It takes a lot of work to upload these goddamn videos and then jack them into the site. The elements I talked about earlier are what you want to look for. Look how they all come together and they talk. And then listen to what they say when they do their little cameos about women. They have really good teaching about women. Pay attention to what they say. You can learn a lot because everything they're saying I've said before. That's why either the writer knows what he's talking about or these guys really are in the game, and that's what they did form the show, the reality show around. Please unban my page, Remo. I didn't do anything rude. Truly, I have gotten soft over the years. Back when I started my first channel, you would have been gone like that. I would never let you back in. Remo, I've noticed women in New York City who have a slight hood upbringing always try to act masculine to cover up insecurities. See, I don't have an experience with that. Women who come from a hood. The only hood we have in Sacramento is Oak Park. That just sounds like a black neighborhood. And I didn't date those kind of women. Remo, I see you banned Whoopi, huh? I didn't see his last comment. Depeche Supreme, have you ever run into crazy psycho bitches? Yeah, I was with one for 8 fucking years. They called her Suicide Sue. She was also an aerobic instructor. And bodybuilder. I'm watching Perry Mason right now. I've got the first season from 1962, I think. Let's see. Susan. Ah, my dad's father. Susan. Here's the belly dancer girl I talked about without her makeup on. Recent photo. Susan. Well, can't find her. Too bad. How'd you do that bullshit? That time period was a lesson, a learned lesson for me. Okay. I enjoyed her craziness, but it was dangerous. I could have been shot because if I threatened to break up with her, she would threaten suicide. She would grab my leg as I'm trying to leave her home. She kicked in my back door. I had a studio apartment that had a back door to it, a big kitchen and hallway with a bathroom at the end. And she kicked in the back door one day. It was nothing but drama, and I finally got tired of drama. She had really serious periods also. And case in point, when she was training for a competition, I talked about this before. She had a little Walkman. You guys probably don't know what a Walkman is, but it's like a little iPod. And she would run on the treadmill, and she would look at this phrase she put on there. I will get them. I will get them all. But first, I will get big. Now that's a crazy female right there. She was against the whole world. Depeche, damn, she's fine as hell. Holy shit. She was also my first stalker. First girl to ever fucking stalk me. She also tried to ruin my relationship with my boy, Tall Mr. Negative. Because after I kicked her to the curb, I warned dumbass, don't go there. But of course he did because she was hot. And she ruined his dick. Because I learned how to start mind fucking. So I was mind fucking her and practicing on her. And she had her own craziness to her. She married Christian that was in our group. And Christian turned against me. She got him to come up before I was teaching the class and confront me because I wasn't giving her fucking attention in class. By that time, I couldn't stand her. She studied jazz dance like I did. She studied dance, and she got into this where she could feel special, and she was good at it. She'd do some kind of dance, she told me, with a sword on her head, twirling dervishes or some shit. I don't know. But crazy bitches are better left alone. I don't care what they look like. She had the first nipples that turned upwards. I'd never seen that before. Her nipples, she had big boobs for some reason, and her nipples turned up. And even for that uniqueness, this type is better off left alone. After me, years after me, she got involved with the owner of a real famous restaurant, Spanish restaurant, and fucked up his life because he was married. She thrives on attention like hot chicks do. They thrive on attention and they love the drama because they make it all about them. I say, I wish I could go back and do it over again, and I would have avoided her. And her daughter's actually full grown now. Not worth the time there, Depeche. Leave them crazy bitches alone. Okay? Roger, how's your older brother doing? He had a fever from the stem cell surgery, but he seems to be okay right now. They put his stem cells in because he's doing some experimental surgery. And I think it's working. I pray it's working. Thanks for asking there, Remo. Aries. Remo says she's not hood per se, but she was trying to talk herself out of giving up the panties. Gotcha. Trying to flip script on a D shit. I thought it was cute. It's good you can see what she's doing. If you stare at a bitch long enough, you'll see right through her. And then I used to think it was cute. I'd watch their little shit they do, and I just thought it was just, they're adorable trying their little shit on me. This shit ain't gonna work. I see what you're doing. And that's the sad thing about the Japanese guy is that he can't see women yet, see through them yet. Aries. You talk about running anytime your Susan girl got physical because you knew the cops would take her side. Yes. Did your dad talk to you about fucking with white chicks? No, he actually never did. My dad didn't have racial issues, except unless they were prejudiced against him. But, you know, he had friends that were, you know, white, black, because they were musicians. If you know anything about musicians, they don't see color. They don't see music genre. They can all play each other's music. My mom did. There was a girl named Chris when I was in junior high school that I liked. Actually, I think I was in 10th grade. She was taller than I was. My mom saw me walking. We both got off the bus. I guess it might have been ninth. Yeah, it was 9th grade. And we both got off the bus together. We were walking. I had a crush on her. She had to walk past my place to go down around the corner to get to her place. So, you know, we're walking and talking. And she liked me. I didn't know what to do. Just like I could have did a threesome in the 9th grade, fellas. I'm sitting on the couch with this fat bitch on one side and this hot chick on the other. And we kissed. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know anything about fucking. I'm in the fucking 9th grade and all the guys are fucking. I didn't know what to do. So they got bored and said, okay, let's go back. So I had this chance to get this girl who later got pimped out. She got put on the streets later on. But I got the chance to be with this girl that I really liked. And my mom drew issue with it. She was clowning me for it. You know, walking with a white girl that was taller than I was. So I was embarrassed. As far as racial issues, my little brother, his wife was white, and my mom didn't have a problem with it, as far as I know. I'm fortunate to have had parents like that, I think. They didn't put racial shit in me. Crazy chicks are not worth it and can be spotted a mile away. Yeah, I've learned to spot them. I learned through the hard way to spot them. The one I dealt with seemed normal at first. You didn't pick up on the clues. How do you become an emotionless player? See, I'm not an emotionless player, truly enlightened, or truly, if you want to call yourself truly forever now. I don't know why you stuck with the word truly, but I'm not an emotionless player. I was an emotionless player in the game. I learned to control my emotions. I didn't squash them. Case in point, I broke up with the Tanya chick, and you know we would talk, and she had a date coming over, and she told me that, you know, she was gonna give it the good old college try, and it kind of fucked with my head. You know, this is a girl that I really had a connection with, but I kept those emotions in control. But we're men. We have emotions. It's just that society doesn't train us to deal with our emotions. That's why you see dudes will kill their girlfriends. They'll go crazy. Truly, you have that potential to go ape crazy because you obsess on things. You obsessed on her. We don't know how to handle our emotions. We're not trained that way. We're supposed to be these stoic hard asses. But a true warrior knows how to experience his emotions and not let them control him. So it's not about becoming emotionless. That's what they say, the pimp game, you become ice cold. I disagree with that. Depeche, my only problem is getting the fine ass bitches. Depeche Kenneth. Are you the Depeche that I banned that one time? Because you were talking about hoe chasing. The same cheap, superficial son of a bitch that only looked at fine ass bitches. By the way, I really hate that. I fucking hate cheap son of a bitches. I hate superficial son of a bitches. They got to be super fine. I fucking hate that shit about this community. I can't tell you how much I really fucking hate that. Especially when a dude isn't fine ass material. And he's got that mentality. They got to be hot. It's like that one fat ass son of a bitch, tall, fat white dude that only chased little Asian chicks that failed every time that the whole community was clowning. Hate that fucker. He should have got himself a fat bitch. That's one thing that if I would leave the community if everybody was like that. I wouldn't even be here and try to help you guys. I think that's you, Depeche. And I believe we had privates together. That's one of the things I did not like about you. I get average bitches now as my game is getting better. Good. It will come in its own time when you're ready. The fact that you're stressing on it, you're not ready yet. The more you stress on it, the more you're not ready for it. Truly says, I want to control my destiny. If you truly want to be in control of your destiny, then that means you don't want to take a paycheck. You don't want to become a whore, a prostitute. You guys who have jobs, that's basically what you really are. You prostitute yourself for that dollar. Damn, I can't stand seeing gay chicks. One just came out the door across the street to the Mexican family. I didn't realize his sister rolled that way. The drug dealer guy. Wow. She came to the door, knocked, and the young girl came out. Just like as if they were a young boy and girl. I fucking hate that. Anyways, let me get back on this, sorry. I've realized it's not the looks, but your attitude. Yes. There's plenty of pretty boys in the club getting no action. A lot of it is your attitude. If you watch that show, these guys are not drop dead gorgeous, except maybe that Ash guy, the East Indian dude. By the way, he's East Indian. And if you have the long hair and you have it up in a rag or a turban thing, no wonder why your game sucks. Because you live up in the Midwest, northern Midwest, basically in America. American bitches don't like that shit, in case you didn't know. They don't like the curry smell. They don't like the thing around the head, whether you're Sikh or whatever. They like hair. And this Ash guy, who's half East Indian, he has really long hair, as East Indians tend to do. And he showcases the hair. And there are women that like hair. Hot bitches that like hair. His girlfriend wasn't extraordinarily hot either. Kind of bugged about that. So if you're, walking around being East Indian guy, Depeche, it's no wonder why your game sucks. America treats you guys pretty badly. Now they're putting homosexuality in you guys on the TV shows. They not only make you nerds, but they make you fucking gay. What do you think it's doing to the mind of white chicks out there? Anything to make you less attractive than what your culture really is. Remo, yeah, that game works on lesser men in the Matrix. That shit don't phase Remo. Dime Star, it's all about confidence. Depeche, I'm dealing with a good girl, but I know I'm not going to stay loyal, so it's kind of bothered me somewhat. That's your cultural programming or whatever your upbringing. You got to drop that shit. I should be doing that to a freak. Yeah, you should be. Like I said, I ran into good girls, but I prefer not to fuck over good girls. I did, but I prefer not to. It's like, a scorpion was going to sting you. I was a player. Of course I'm going to play you. What's that story about the frog and the scorpion? Scorpion's coming along the bank, and he wants to get to the other side of the bank, and he tells this frog, hey, can you ride on your back across the bank, across the river? And the frog says, no, you're going to sting me, and we'll both drown. And the scorpion says, no, my family's on the side, my kids are on the side. I had to get over there. I promise I won't sting you. He keeps on. Finally, the frog says, okay, I'll do it. and he's got the scorpion on his back. He's swimming hard. All of a sudden, the scorpion stings him. He goes, "Why?" "Because I'm a scorpion. That's what I do." As they both drown. I was a player. That's what I did. I didn't do anything different that a player wouldn't do. Yeah, Supreme, it's me, LL Sar. It is you. Okay. You're obsessing on some girl in the goddamn gym, and I told you, leave that bitch alone. You wouldn't. See, that's kind of hard-headed shit that, pisses me off, man. If you could see things from my point of view, you would see why. If you could have my experience in you, you would understand why. Truly, how do I start to not let them control me? How do I train my mind? Why does America have issues with Punjabis? Not Punjabi, but East Indian, period. Of all of them. Dot or no dot. Because they're a different culture, because they're smarter than regular Americans. Dominant society doesn't like competition. These guys are coming into IT, and just like the Asians were, and cleaned up. They get threatened. Dominant society is threatened by any race that threatens their look, their money, and their power. I'm not talking about the guys that come here, but I'm talking about the guys at the top, towards the upper scales of things. Eric, why would the dumbass scorpion sting him and risk his own life? Because that's what they do. Get it? A leopard can't, you heard this phrase, a leopard can't change its spots. A tiger can't change its stripes. You go into a cage with a tiger, it's going to kill you. That's what it does. It's a predator. It has instincts. Abdul, you're right, Supreme. A lot of us don't need the hottest girl out there. A lot of you aren't hot girl material. And that's the part that's always been a struggle for me to state. And you don't have the attitude, nor the look. But mostly, you don't have the attitude. You're showing up here looking for answers, and you don't have that natural attitude. The guys that have that, they're out there fucking hot chicks. They're not online. Remo, it's from 911 and the War on Terror. I lost something there, Remo. Because the scorpion stings, it's in his nature. Yes. Yes. Truly, white people fear any race that are better than them. That's the way it is. Are there more white people or black people? There are more black people in the entire world. There are 1 billion blacks. White folks are actually a minority in the world. And there are, of Asians, you guys are the top majority. That's why when the white race dies out, my race can have to deal with you guys. And that's what I'm scared of. Because you guys will be a lot crueler than white folks are, believe it or not. Remember, I lived in Japan too. I seen the undercurrents of Japanese culture, and the Chinese in China, hardcore China, no, thank you. I'd rather not have them ruling the planet. Because you guys in your racial shit, you guys are worse than white folks, man. Japanese are extremely racist. Why are we not the dominant society if they are more? Because white folks had all the firepower back in the past. Look how America dropped 2 bombs on your parents' country and destroyed. I think that's what destroyed the Japanese culture, is American domination. And yeah, I agree with Remo because everyone wants to be a part of white supremacy. You guys, your parents' people sucked up and Americanized themselves. And I saw that back in 70 when I was coming back to the States. They were building the first McDonald's in downtown Tokyo. And I had never had the McDonald's burger because we came to Japan, and again, so my dad had a taste for Japanese women. That's why he put in for Japan twice instead of fucking Europe. You hear my anger. Yeah. I think it's contact with American culture because the Americans with that, the white folks with that attitude, they're better than everyone else. They transferred that to your group. That's why your anime sucks ass. I've tried to warn you about it. It makes you feel racially inferior because the people that are drawing that shit feel racially inferior. Why are we not the dominant society if they're... But remember, you guys kicked China's ass at one time. You guys were a powerful force at one time, but America broke your back. Different Asian countries worship whites. Yes, that's why they try to look like them and prefer them over their own people. Not all, though, Remo. The women. If you go to Japan, the majority of women would prefer their own race. So, like in America, the majority of women prefer their own race, but there's a good group of them that would prefer white males. And in that group, there are a group that would prefer to be white themselves, like in our race. Isn't Africa bigger than all eight? Yes, it is. Why do you ask? But remember, Africa was colonized also by Europeans. Many of the countries, all the countries. I don't think anime has that much power. It's just entertainment. See, that's why I see you as a young kid. I can't see you as a man. You refuse to open your mind to learn. You don't see how you feminized yourself. You don't even see it because you're caught up in the matrix. Africa is not bigger than the Asian continent. Also, I never wanted to be white. I like who I am and the way I look. You're one of the few, and I think you could fit America and all of Europe into Africa, so have a lot of room left over. And if we look at China, problem is you can't find a real map. When I say a real map, a map that shows the real size of Africa. Yeah, these maps don't show the true size of Africa. See how they make it look small? Africa is huge. I'm glad I'm looking at this because I need to re-familiarize myself with the continent or this continent here, Asia. See, that's Russia up here. This would be England, and somewhere out here is Ireland. That would be Italy, Spain, and Portugal. Then we have France. So that would be the UK. Okay, this must be Swiss going up into the north. I'm really rusty on my geography, and I've been meaning to bone up on that. Eric, you've been trained on the fake map, and that's why you believe that. Let's see, India, we got Asia up in here, correct? Over here would be Japan, China, so this would be China. And the real size of Africa is much bigger than that. But the continent, this entire continent structure, yeah, it dwarfs. If you want to call this entire continent Asia, and then we have Asia Minor and all that. But notice how South America can fit directly into this area here. They believe that it was all one continent mass called Pangea, and it broke apart. They do know that Australia is still drifting southwards. The Dime Star asks, do you fellows believe in the flat earth theory? I thought the flat earth went out in the 1500s when Columbus, at least Africans knew that the earth was round, but Europeans thought the earth was flat. And I thought it went out then. I agree, it's a stupid concept. And Forever here in his youth says, the world is flat. Even though we've got satellites up there rotating around the earth, we put people in stations that go around the earth. You still think that. That's why you shouldn't watch anime. Abdul, I like to believe that Africa and its people will rise after dominant side is gone. No, I don't think it's going to happen unless our race learns to come together as they did. That's how white folks got control of the world. They came together under the banner of white, although they don't get along with each other. If you look at the history of Europe, that's how they learned to perfect the art of war. And their wars were over resources. But it was 1600s, some German guy, Blumenbach or something like that, they created the concept of white and classifying the races. Your view of the earth bends at the horizon. End of story. Dime Star. If you fellows have time to watch a guy on YouTube called Markaba, Flat Earth Theory, they would tell me what you guys think. No, thank you. No, thank you there, brother. There's also the hollow earth theory, and I say, no, thank you. I wasn't aware it was a current theory there, Remo. So I try not to go to the conspiracy people's stuff. Been there, and I realized the fallacies, and I can't go there. I believe, Remo, that he has probably one, it all takes one weird teacher to influence youths. And that's probably what happened. He had a weirdo as a teacher, and now he's believing that teacher because he respects the teacher. Truly, you'll learn as you get older that not all teachers are created equal. Let's say you went to a PUA guy to learn game. Is that person teaching you real game? Or does he teach you fake game? Think of all the people that go to PUAs. Remo, physics and polarity of our planet will show the Earth isn't flat. Yeah. Dime Star. Okay, Supreme, no problem. But I think you'd like this guy, Mark. Oh, Markaba. I know who you're talking about. I didn't realize he taught that shit. I will not watch him anymore if that's what he's teaching. He's over in Sweden. Why do our black teachers always gotta have something kooky about them? Why? It's almost like white supremacy puts these people up there. And you listen to them, they come up with some weird shit. Dr. Umar, he grows that weird fucking beard, and he also has sibilance, his S's. Weird. Why do our black teachers have something weird? You guys who follow PBT and the Black Authority, you're following people who don't show their faces. That's weird. If they're going to be a teacher, stand up, be a teacher, and be seen. Be known to your people. Not be this faceless thing, but black folks, being how we are, we follow like little robots. I once had a teacher, Remo says, tell me that the earth and the sun was the same size. Oh, God, really? We just think it is because we're close, LOL. I thought that shit was hilarious when I was 7 years old. Wow. Now, Remo, did he tell the white kids the same thing? I wonder if he's trying to miseducate blacks. Remo, I watched too much Discovery Channel to believe fuckery like that. There's a sci-fi book similar to that theory of a flat Earth, and I can't remember the title of it. There's another one where they're on the back of a turtle. You know of Markaba Supreme? Yes, I've never finished any of his videos. I don't like his delivery, but I've watched some of his videos, parts of them. So I do know who he is. In fact, I may have even, I think I subscribed to his channel, but I've never finished one of his videos. No white kids in my rough ass school. You were pure New York then. Yeah, okay. It's a geometric dome based on New Age science. Well, we just ran into something I had no idea about. But I'll know by the end of the day. Facts. Let's go to the whole flat Earth so I can. Look, they even have proof. How can they even? Oh, they got it debunked also. This is like those people that there was a shooting up in Spokane, Washington. And these weirdos crawled out of the woodwork to say, it's fake. But you go to the family's Facebook profile and you see the reality. They refuse to go look at these people's Facebook and they want to scream, it's fake. They're probably going to suggest that our videos that are taken from space are fake. And this is a return to the idiocy of European life of the 1400s. They believe there's a big dragon hiding off the end of the flat earth. They'll swallow them up. Some society makes their word law to minorities. We all are brainwashed one way or another. Believe what you want. I can agree with that. As far as we're all brainwashed in one way or another. Even when you wake up, you still have brainwashing going on. Like, it took me a while to realize that, you know, white women are not the most beautiful women on the planet. That's a programming that was hard to overcome. But I do believe white males are the uber warriors, because they'll kill everything in a village. And I think us blacks, we're a little bit more humane than that. This is no racial insult. It's actually more of a compliment, but you know, they do make the uber warriors. Think of the buff white guy with a cigar going to the village, shooting all the grandmas, the kids, everybody down. I can't see, you know, blacks doing that, even when ordered. And with the new information of the Neanderthals not being part of the human chain, and our European brothers have 3 to 5 or 3 to 10%, I think the ones that can do that are the ones with the higher percentage of non-human DNA within them. So that makes them the uber warriors. Not necessarily the best fighters, but the uber warriors. I think best fighter is an individual thing. There are some good fighters in every race out there. There's too much inconsistent info to believe 9/11 was not an inside job. That I can agree with. I've done my research back when it happened. I think you guys were little kids back then. How can you breed with something that isn't human? Well, the new theory is that the Neanderthals carried off human women and fucked them. That's the new theory. They were uber predators, 6 times stronger than men. But they didn't have the brains to survive, so my race wiped them out. Well, it was my race they were doing that to, or we were breeding with. And it allowed the offspring to survive the last ice age, because those creatures had the ability to survive extreme cold conditions. You see the hair that grows on our white brothers, you know, chest and backs and all over. And where are the white brothers at? Where are you guys at? You guys need to step up. Let's communicate. Let's talk. And don't see me as a racist because I'm giving facts. I hate that. All I do is report what I learned from your scientists. You don't call them racist, even though they're white. Abdul, I watched a few lectures from that guy who talked about Neanderthal predation theory. They sounded scary as hell. Yeah. There's kind of like a good movie, a couple good movies. You've seen the movie The Wall with that risky business guy, Tom Cruise? Then also the 13th Soldier was directly about that. They're that Spanish actor that played Zorro. And there are these people coming and raiding human villages. They're like the last tribe of them. They're like hundreds of thousands of them practically. And they had to go to war against these primitive male people, in other words. The Aborigines of Australia have immense tolerance to cold. They can survive degree weather sleeping outside naked, 30-degree weather sleeping outside naked, because they interbred with the Denisovans. You'll find the Denisovan DNA within them. When they left Africa, they went along the coast there. Mankind went on the coast. We settled in India. Then we went on the coast some more. And somehow that group ended up building boats and crossing over to Australia. They were there 50,000 years. But 50,000 years ago, they're there longer than 50,000 years, sorry. But 50,000 years ago, they came to the Americas down in South America. So somehow they got from over here all the way to down here. It makes me wonder if they actually landed back at the bottom of here too. But they haven't found any proof of that. But they found their bones over here. And they found their paintings on the walls showing up here, the Native Americans came in, they were the Mongols, came in and spread all through the land down here. They spread all over the place, spread down through here, down, and they spread out through here about 13,000 years ago. That's a lot of breeding, a lot of moving when you think about it. But they came in and wiped them out. They showed the battles in their paintings. That's new information also that's not so new. It's, for me, I learned it about 5 or 6 years ago. Truly, what happened, Truly? Why'd you delete your message? We were communicating. Wait, if that's the case, we could breed with monkeys. Wait, how can we breed with something that isn't human? I'm confused on that. Well, I guess the DNA was able to match, produce a child. They crossbreed animals, by the way. Different species. They have a lion, and a tiger. I guess you're not aware of the genetic stuff they're doing now. And the offspring, look at that. This is a liger. Look how big that son of a bitch is. Lion-tiger hybrid. The offspring, they're usually giants, and they can't reproduce. That's the only problem. Look at that thing. You see the lion head, but then look at the markings. The fuck is this? Oh. Ligers, other hybrids, pointless. That's not offspring. I don't know why that is there. They're saying they're pointless to do that because they can't reproduce. Look at this one. It's called a panion. 2 jaguar and lions were. Looks like they're solving the problem of them being sterile. Fuck. Okay. Oh, it's Pinterest. Never mind. Okay. Eric, I've seen pictures of very dark-skinned Eskimos up there in Greenland. Now, the reason why they kept their skin color is because of their diet, is what I learned. And Native Americans were that dark also until they interbred with Europeans. Crazy world we live in. Yeah. We're actually going to, I believe, and I'm not a super religious guy, but I think we're in dangerous territory. Genetics is reaching level of dangerous to humanity, of danger to humanity, in other words. Where's Truly at? LOL, the Wall WS Matt Damon. It was with Matt Damon? Huh. How'd I confuse that? That means you're right. I think you're right. Ah, fuck. There he is. Yeah, you're right. This is the wrong movie. One thing I really can't stand about what Dominant Society did, all of us who are black, most of us who are black, rather words, we've seen Django. We can see the images here. You can't find the movie anywhere, except there's a new one. They created a new movie. It's about an artist. Then they showed the original version of that movie, which was made in the 60s. So you won't find that movie anymore, 66 and 2017. And they always do that shit. I was like super sensitive. What the fuck? We're entering the age of Aquarius. We've been entering the age of Aquarius. There was a song of the 60s was singing about it. Truly fell off the edge of the planet. Why did he leave? He was finally dialoguing. Jovi to have number 6 ready. Season 6.
What are you going to want for lunch?
Salad for lunch. It's fine with me. Fellas, I think it's time to roll on. I see the box is dead, so nobody's asking me any questions. We're not dialoguing, so I guess we can use this as an interlude to take a break. Call it a day. It is quest for the flat earth, LOL. I'm surprised that he believed that nonsense. Asian fellows usually tend to be really bright. At least Chinese fellows. And all the Japanese people I've known, they've been pretty smart too. Shit. That's weird that Merkaba ball would even suggest that. And it disappoints me. Like, I've thought some of these black conscious people are actually shills for white supremacy. Every now and then they'll say something stupid. Like, I watch them slowly try to slant things. Or some of them. All right, fellas, I'm out of here. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll do this again next time.